Good morning. Welcome to the Saturday Sprints. I am your host, Gillian St. Kevin, author of Empowering Queer Fantasy that confounds expectations, defies expectations. I think it's confounds. Gosh, I need to write that down so that I can look it up and remind myself of what my intro is. Welcome. It is a Saturday here in New Zealand, which means that for the next 3-ish hours, I'm going to be hosting a series of productive sprints. We're going to be silent, we're going to set a timer, and we're going to work on whatever we're working on in that time. It is just me today. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Queer Wolf. Confounds. It is confounds. Good. Thank you. That's very helpful. Usually I'm joined by my amazing co-host Jamie, but I think Jamie's at the bookstore today because tomorrow there is a LARP fair and big exciting things happening over there. So yep, just me today, holding down the fort. Now, there's no stream tomorrow because Jamie's away and I'm also heading over to Akaroa. So, alas, it's just today, but we'll try and make this stream super focused. Oh, Amy, yes, please. Hang on a second. Let me send you the link, Amy. I'll send it to you over Facebook, which means I have to open Facebook. Here we go. Search Messenger. Amy. There we go. Let me know if I haven't done that right. But yeah, that is what happens in these streams. Basically, we get together to do some work. Because it's a Saturday, we generally share our achievement for the week. And okay, Amy's getting breakfast, so we'll continue. It was school holidays. It was the final week of school holidays this week, and I was on nibbling duty Tuesday and Wednesday. I moved out of a house sit on Sunday, moved into my sister's house, and then moved out of my sister's house into the woodshed on Monday. So Monday was pretty much a logistics day. Tuesday and Wednesday, I was just full on kid mode. Thursday, I expected to be going to Akaroa, but it got pushed back. I'm house sitting for my aunt. She said, "Hey, if you get here a few hours earlier on Sunday, you don't need to take another trip out here. That's enough time for us to go over everything," which made my life so much easier. But I was pretty much exhausted from nibbling duty. So Thursday was a bit of a write-off. Friday I started a new house sit. So it's been a very tiring week. Not much work has happened, but I think my achievement is realizing that this wasn't going to be a good week for productivity, adjusting my expectations and just having a really good time with my nibblings. Oh, hey, Arden, you achieved all over the place. Set up power and broadband for the new house, went to Winds, fixed a clerical error, and posted a big scary chapter. Is this the big scary chapter or part of it? Because I remember you had to chop the big scary chapter into 3 parts. This is very exciting, no matter which of those it is. Well done. Oh my gosh, Arden, that's incredible. Well done. That is that is a massive achievement. Excellent work. Okay, so we've got Arden achieving all over the place. I had a oh my gosh, this is so good. Um, I had a great time with the niece and nephew and survived, and am now in my current house sit and heading over to a house sit in Akaroa tomorrow. Wow, okay. Yeah, it is odd. Um, I found exam time was my most creative time um, for writing when I was at uni. And now stress seems to have the opposite effect on me, but we'll see. We'll see what happens today. Okay. Um, so yeah, we have shared our achievement for the week, which means it's time for the warm up. And unfortunately, I am using my warm up journal as a cup rest, so I've got to move my cups over. Okay, I've now got my warm up journal back, and I'm just grabbing my tarot deck. Basically, um, we like to start the stream with a 5 minute creative episode. Oh my gosh. 5 minutes of timed creative writing. Basically, it's an opportunity to silence our inner editor, um, get the get the creative vibes flowing, warm up our creative muscles ahead of the work that we're about to do. Um, so, yeah, basically, it's like you don't jump into an exercise session or a run without warming up. That's exactly what we're doing here, just warming up the creative part of our brain. Um, So yeah, we set the timer for 5 minutes. We write. We don't put any pressure on ourselves to be clever or poetic or even make sense. We just write. Now, I think I'm going to have to journal our first sprint because my mind is going all sorts of places. Um, But yeah, we like to start off the warm up with by drawing a tarot card as a prompt. If that's not your thing, feel free to ignore it. But we've got judgment here as our prompt for today, which in the wild unknown is depicted as a white, I guess it's a white dove rising above a cloud of bats. And there is light radiating from the dove that is kind of dispersing the cloud of bats. So very dramatic. And where did here we go? This is 20, so it's towards the end here. Forgiveness. Okay. It is an aesthetic. I love the wild unknown deck. So the word judgment conjures up fear and guilt in many people. This card, however, concerns itself with another aspect of this word, seeking the truth. No more blaming yourself or others, no more excuses. Now is the time for forgiveness and personal freedom. This card asks you to rise up and let pettiness and fear fall below you. Expand your wings and be reborn. What a relief it will be. That is a mood. Let me just take a photo of this to share in the Discord. Discord is here. Oh my gosh. So that quote, that image you shared, Arden, of the cat waiting for comments, that is me. Oh, why are comments so addictive? Why do we crave validation so much? I am currently, there is somebody who is slowly working their way through one of my big fics that I wrote last year. They're not leaving a comment on every chapter, but maybe every 5, every 7 chapters, I will get a comment. And at first it was nice because I wasn't expecting it, but now I'm kind of like, where's my comment? Give it to me. But yeah, it is lovely to see somebody enjoying that fic. Okay, here is the judgment card one more time. I feel like I definitely need to take some accountability. My to-do list is out of control and I have let it get to this point, so I need to address it basically. Yes, yes. Though I am also guilty of like refreshing to watch the hit go up, numbers go up. Okay, whoops. Oh, and I just noticed your comment there about it being more than validation. It's knowing that someone's engaged with the work. That is true. And yeah, um, it's always so fascinating to me that people, how people see what I've written. Um, but yes, focus. Okay, we've got the ticker set. I've got my phone set for 5 minutes. Oh my gosh. I put it down and then it reset to an hour. We do not want an hour warm up. Okay. Um, if you generally write on a keyboard, I suggest grabbing pen and paper for this exercise just as a way to further get yourself out of everyday zone and into creative zone. And yeah, let's go. Oh my gosh, the cat wants to come inside. Um, I'm going to open the door, and then the cat is going to sit outside and not come in for the duration of the warm up. Okay, 5 minutes starting now. Okay, that was 5 minutes. I've been I got distracted, which again is a good indication that I maybe need to do some journaling and get my head straightened out before I jump into working today. Okay. Yeah, I still managed to get quite a good amount of writing, and it's sort of, I've got a bit of a roadmap for where I'm going this morning, and I can shut the door. And if the cat is not inside, that is the cat's problem. Where is he? I do not see him. Maybe inside, he may be outside. I guess that is what cats do. Do cats even exist? We are joined by Amy. Hi, Amy.
Hello. Sorry, just turning off. Okay, there we go. Now we've got one lot of sound, not two.
Brilliant.
How are we going?
Good. How was breakfast? Or how is breakfast?
Delicious.
Good.
No, I finished it. Yeah. It's just like, I'm just going to do all the things during the warm-up. I already been doing some writing this morning, so I was like, I don't really need the warm-up so much. Although, it was weirdly like, oh, yes, that. I love it when that happens.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm working on an old manuscript, so forgiving my younger self for being completely, like, problematic is quite good.
Oh, gosh, I don't even want to think about my early manuscripts.
Like, Amy, consent? Where's the consent? I was like, oh my gosh, my younger self. Yeah.
Yep. Arden also got distracted, which makes me feel a bit better. And so yeah, it sounds like Arden and I might be starting the stream with some journaling. But yay! Oh, this is good. But we've got our warm up finished, which means we can start heading into our first 20-minute sprint. Unless Amy, do you have a achievement for the week?
I had a similar experience to you, although probably not quite as distracted, but yes, I was also looking after a nephew one day and like doing stuff with my kids, and just my productivity was like not great because it's school holidays and everything is up for grabs. Like my usual routines get messed with, but at the same time, like my achievement was probably just being like, that's okay, because next week they'll all go back to school and I can just get back into my normal routine. So it's fine.
Yep. So my nibblings are 11 and 8 now. Which,
oh, wow.
Those are fun ages, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And they still think you're cool.
I am like, they're both super into Minecraft.
Nice.
So, yeah, we are on the same wavelength, and it is so enjoyable. And I'm like, I want this stage to last forever.
Yeah. Whereas I've got teenagers who basically, it's like, if we're not spending money, it's not fun. And and then I've got a 6-year-old nephew and a 3-year-old nephew. So that I was just looking after the 6-year-old though. So it was fine. It was good.
Yep.
Lego, a bit of drawing, lots of baking, had a spa. He played on the trampoline while I weeded the garden. It was fine.
Oh, nice.
But it was just like, go.
Yes. Yeah.
And at the same time felt like I was doing nothing because I'm such a productivity addict. So
Yep.
yeah.
Arden has just said accepting routine wobbliness is an achievement, and I love that phrase.
I can only accept it because it's temporary, and because it's all about to go back to normal. Like the fact that in 2 days, I'm going to have my like empty house and I can just write all morning and like get 6 hours in a row of focus. I'll bring it on.
Yep. And I'm going to be in Akaroa, which is far enough away that I cannot run over to help with kids.
Yeah.
So
you're like, sorry, 6 hours out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
We should, in theory, we should do some writing.
We should do our first 20 minutes and then after that talk about what we're currently working on.
Oh, that is a very good plan. Okay.
Yeah? Okay.
20 minutes.
Wow.
And I'm going to use my laptop clock this time. Okay, 20 minutes starting now. Okay, that was our first 20-minute sprint. Big stretch. So I am really annoyed at the cat.
Oh
I am
no!
unreasonably annoyed at the cat. During the warm up, well, the cat wanted to go outside. I let the cat outside. Just before we started the warm up, the cat appeared at the door looking inside. So I'm like, okay, cat wants to come inside. And
Just
I
wants you to
tried to let it in already and it didn't come in. But we've got the heater on. So I don't really want to leave the door open while the cat thinks about coming inside. But I was like, okay, warm up. I'll leave the door open for the warm up so the cat has 5 minutes to decide whether or not he's coming inside.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the warm up, there was no cat in sight, so I assumed that he'd come inside and was under the sofa or behind the curtains, just somewhere inside. No, he is outside still. Yeah. My current house sit, I'm taking care of this massive labradoodle called Tux, and Tux has been home alone more often this year, so his owner was worried about him getting lonely. So she got a kitten to keep him company, and it is the cutest thing. Um, the kitten will, yeah, well, he's more of a cat now. The kitten will sit down. Like, I fed Tux this morning. I put his biscuits in his food. Before he could even walk over and sniff them, the kitten was sitting at his bowl eating his biscuits. And Tux just watched the kitten do this, looking sadly while the kitten ate his biscuits. But they are very cute together. But yes,
I'm kind of
okay.
for the kitten to actually be keeping the dog company and not just buggering off and doing its own thing.
Yeah. Last night they were curled up on the sofa together. And the dog was gazing at me, and I looked at him, so he started wagging his tail, and his tail was hitting the kitten in the face. And the kitten tolerated this for about 30 seconds and then put his hand very firmly down on the dog's tail. And the dog was like, "Whoa, you're here. Hello."
So the dog wasn't doing it on purpose? Or maybe,
No,
well,
no.
just not aware of their surroundings. That is kind of classic Labradoodle chaos.
Yep. But yes, okay.
So what are you working on, Julie?
Well, there's two things I could be working on. I'm doing edits for a freelance client, or I've got my current work in progress, which is a Hasbin Hotel fanfic I'm writing for an event. And both of these things are due about now. And
Right.
because I have been this week was pure chaos. I haven't had time to work on either of them, and I realized this is making me feel very stressed and anxious. So I've been journaling, trying to sort of get this anxious feeling down on paper so I can look at it objectively and figure out, okay, I actually do not need to be anxious about this. I've still got time.
Yeah.
So I think I might actually continue with the journaling and maybe even start planning my schedule for next week to really prove to myself that I don't need to worry. I
Yeah.
have time for both of these. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then hopefully, if I manage to address the anxiety, I can get back into at least the fic. I would like to pick the fic back up today, but I
Nice.
may need to do some work to get myself back into that headspace.
Maybe in your journaling even, right, about what's happening in the fic.
Oh, that's a really good suggestion. Yes.
I find that so helpful when I do my morning pages in my journaling, like once I've gotten all the out of my brain, then I'm like, I literally write the words, right, where am I up to in my book? Okay, I'm in the scene where, and then I just tell myself the story.
Yep.
And like, I'm like, oh, and what I really want to, I'm trying to figure out how to get to this, and just throw all the like kind of verbal diarrhea, mental into my, yeah. If I had someone there who I could just whine to about what I'm doing and how it's not happening. Well,
Maybe
it is
I
happening.
should tell the dog about it.
Yeah, maybe.
I should make Tux my sounding board.
But there is something about writing it down that just makes you go, oh, actually. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It sort of, it unsticks me most of the time.
I think that is exactly what I need to do and will be doing in this next couple of sprints even.
I even sometimes end up writing like lines of dialogue or starting to write the next scene because I'm like, oh, and then he could say this, and then that would mean da 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 da, you know, and it's like I've kind of accidentally started writing it in my diary.
Brilliant. So what are you working on? What is this old manuscript that you've pulled out?
I've been between writing my Mills and Boon books, I've been working on my old Regency romances, which I've drafted but I've never published. And thank goodness, because they're terrible. They're not. They've got lots of good things in them, but every now and then I'm just like, oh, thank goodness this is not out in the world. So yeah, I've actually just been reading this wee book.
Oh yes.
And so one of the Regency books in the series is basically finished, but the start isn't working. I know that I haven't nailed the start. Like the rest of the story is pretty close to done. It's got a lot of plot, and so it's kind of fairly tightly woven. There's a lot going on, but I think the rest of the story works. But the start is just haven't figured out how to land it. So yeah, this has been helpful. I'm just looking at that and sort of almost going back to the storyboard for the start. But also I've just reread the second book in this series that I've written. And that one is quite messy, but I'm sort of going to use the Save the Cat beat sheet and go through. So I'm mostly going to be planning today. I think I figured out one scene I need to add to the first one. So I might write that, but that's probably the only writing I'll be doing. I'll mostly be kind of plotting books that already exist, which is the wrong way around, but that's how I seem to do.
Yep. Oh yeah. Gosh. I feel like that is a lot of my writing career too, doing things the wrong way around.
But like there was a plan and then I wrote it, and now when I'm like editing it, this kind of beat sheet sort of thing can be quite helpful diagnostic. Like it immediately identified the thing that wasn't working. I was like, oh yeah, that is what I've left out. I basically started the story at the end of Act 1. And I'm like, no, you actually need Act 1. Because I've tried to jump into the action and it's like, no. We need to know why they're acting.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah.
Brilliant. It sounds like this is really, really useful stuff to be doing. So brilliant.
For sure. And I'm so excited about having like the week ahead where I can actually have a decent amount of writing time uninterrupted to like, because you know, when you're trying to like do the plot, do edits, and essentially do a structural edit, right? It's like you have to hold the whole book in your head. And that just hurts. Like this is like an 88,000 word book, right? And so I just and I kind of need to hold them both because one leads into the other. There's a series, so it helps to have focused time and not interruptions.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel
Well,
really,
let's get into it.
really excited to jump into our next 20-minute sprint. And just looking at the time and wondering if it makes more sense to do 25 to take us to morning tea time.
Sure, we can do 25.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go. Here we go. 25 minutes. Update my timer. Starting now. Okay, that was the end of our second sprint. Um,
How are we doing?
I am feeling a bit better.
Yay.
I also realized I had not taken my anxiety medication, which I have now done, and that could be why I am feeling so stressed this morning. But
Yeah.
yeah, I am. I've sort of I've finished journaling, and in my journal, I made a list of the things I need to do to sort of get my head around how much time I have available and how much time my projects will take. And I've worked out I can finish the editing in 3.5, maybe 4 hours, which
Nice.
that feels really good. And I'm thinking I might, instead of trying to work on my story today, might do some more editing.
Yeah, because that's when you're that
Because
close to the end, it's like, yeah, let's just get it done.
yeah, and it will be good to have it crossed off my list.
For sure. I love
Um,
clearing something off my desk.
yeah. Um, I also realized that I was like I'd pretty much had a week where I could do no writing, and that wasn't reflected in my Scrivener project deadline. So I put the deadline back a week. And now
Right.
instead of having to write 8,000 words a day, I have to write 1,000 something words a day. And I'm like, oh, this is much more manageable.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've stopped doing word count goals. I've started doing hours.
Yep.
Yeah. And I like, well, I didn't set it as goals initially. I just tracked my hours, like I have I have this year off teaching, so I'm like writing full time. But my mornings are meant to be my sort of sacred writing time. So and there's one day a week where I have a job in the morning. So, but for the other 4 days of the week, like I was just keeping a track of how many hours I was doing writing. I was using I don't have a dot journal. I don't dot journal, but I had seen how you did the little squares and shaded them in. So I just did that on each day in the journal. I just drew the squares.
Yep.
But now I'm like, okay, I know my pattern. So my goal is like Mondays, I'm aiming for 6 hours because that's my most productive day. Tuesdays, I'm lucky if I get 4. So I'm like, I'll aim for 4, but whatever. I draw 4 squares,
That
Wednesday, I'm
is,
like,
yep.
right, let's try and get up to 6 again. And I mean, that's starting at like 7:30 in the morning and probably finishing about 1:30,
Yep.
at when I'm going to go have lunch. So and then I'm useless after lunch. Like I can do other
Yes.
things. I can't creative brain.
Yep.
I'm just too sleepy. Like I can push through if I need to on a deadline, but I'm like, partly I'm off this year because I'm recovering from burnout. Like I need to stop pushing through. So I'm
Yes.
trying not to do that to myself unless like I have an actual deadline, not just a self-inflicted one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Arden says I ate a foodish thing and I'm starting to get a bit more on task. Slow start. I am ready for morning tea. I'm ready to refill my mug.
I might go
But
get a coffee too.
how do you feel if we set another 25 timer? And for me
Yeah.
and Amy, that includes grabbing a snack.
Oh, for
But
sure.
for Arden, you can just you don't need the snack. Maybe you can just go for
Yeah.
it.
I
Okay.
think I've still got some Afghans we baked when my nephew was here, so I might have to have an Afghan with my coffee.
Oh, nice. Okay, Arden approves. So let's do this. 25 minutes starting now. Okay, that is our latest 25-minute timer up.
Whoa, that went so fast.
It really did.
I guess I spent 5 minutes at the start getting coffee and cookie and loading the dishwasher. So,
Yep. I continued I turned this into like planning my next week, and I feel much more in control of my life.
yay!
Yes. Yes, that was actually. Do you know what? You're both making me paranoid now. I'm just going to check the time. Yes, that was 25 minutes. During that 25-minute sprint, the cat came inside.
Yay!
He was hovering by the door, and I opened it, and he came inside immediately. So I think all of those other times he didn't actually want to come inside. He was just
checking whether or
looking
not
at.
you would let him in.
Yep. And yeah, the cat is now on the sofa, and the dog is no longer on the sofa. And
Can I ask you a question about your work in progress?
yeah.
The way you're editing. Which book is that? I'm so out of the loop. I have no idea what you're working on.
This is not one of mine. So last year, Jamie was involved in organising. He's part of this queer writing collective in Auckland.
Yeah.
And the members of this collective decided to publish a collection of short stories together. It's called Rainbow Warriors Unite, or something like that. Rainbow Stars Unite. And the cover is amazing. It's just so good. And I got to edit every one of those stories. And they were so amazing and so different. And it was there we go, Arden, Rainbow Stars Unite, yes.
Oh.
Anyway, one of those authors reached out to me and was like, hey, I've got this gothic romance that I was wondering if you'd like to edit. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes.
Nice.
So, and then I had the worst May and worst June ever. And I'm only getting to it now. But it is.
But you don't have a lot
so
left
much
to do.
fun. Yeah.
3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Oh, Arden says I have a copy of it a meter to my right. Brilliant. It was. I feel so privileged to have been like a part of that project, even like one step removed. But
That's
yeah.
really cool.
Okay, now the cat. This is so funny. The cat is no longer on the sofa. The cat has walked into the room that the dog was in. The dog has now come out of the room.
Right, yeah.
I think the dog is just hopefully wondering if I have snacks for him. Or potentially now that the cat is in that room, he's thinking he might be allowed to eat his breakfast. We don't know. But yeah, I'm thinking that for the remainder of the stream, I'm going to switch over to editing.
Nice.
Oh, look. I don't know if I'm going to be allowed to because the dog has remembered that I exist. And so he's leaning on me.
But just think of that as he's keeping you in place. He's holding you down so that you have to work on your book.
Yep. That is a good thought. And I just got a text. So shall we jump into... I'm going to stop patting you now, buddy. Shall we jump into... Yes. Arden says it's just so cool. It is so cool. The dog is now leaning more aggressively. This is Tux. The first time I took care of Tux, he was roughly the same size as George. Now he is huge.
Yeah.
Walking Tux it's a bit of a battle who is walking who. But yeah. Okay. So yep, I'm keen to jump in and start editing.
Let's do it.
Awesome. Okay, 25 minutes starting now.
Hi.
Okay, that was our next 25 minutes.
Hey, how are we doing?
Pretty well, I think. The cat has settled on the sofa. The dog is currently on the floor and is settling in the process of settling down, and I've made good progress on the editing.
Yay! Me too.
Yay.
I even remembered that I had the oven on and I put the bread in. And I've got a
Oh,
timer.
well
So I'll
done.
disappear in a minute to take the water tray out. That's right.
Yeah. No, this all feels very good to me.
Good progress.
Um,
Do
yeah,
we want to jump into the next one then?
yes. So let's do that. 25 minutes starting now.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, let me just turn off the sound here.
Okay, that is the end of that sprint. Yeah, another 25 minutes just vanished.
Yeah, that was so fast.
Yep.
How's your editing going?
Incredibly.
Yay!
Like I worked out how many pages I usually do like in half an hour, and instead of doing 2 sprints worth of pages in 2 sprints, I've actually done 3 in 2.
Nice.
Yeah. I think it
Got a lot of
helps.
momentum.
Well, it also helps. I think I notice it takes me a lot longer to edit the starts of stories than it does the rest of it. And I think this is because the start of the story, it's a bit rocky. The author is still getting to grips with the world. Now we're well into the story, and
This is what I'm having an issue with too. The starts of my stories are like, oh, this isn't right. This is not how it should start. But then I have to figure out how it should start, and it's not always obvious. But like that first, how you write your way in is almost always not how it should start, but it's just how you needed to start to get the story going, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had a cold read where at one of the RWNZ conferences where the person giving feedback at the cold read was like, "You've started 2 paragraphs too soon. Just ignore the first 2 paragraphs and start at the third." And those first 2 paragraphs were me telling myself the story. Pretty much.
And I think like 2 paragraphs isn't bad. Mine's like 3 chapters.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
Arden
like
says
4,000 normal words. It's heaps. It's like, oh, this whole bit is me. Yeah. Throat clearing.
Yep. Arden says, I don't remember how long it took to figure out how to write actual personalities. The early stuff is yikes. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, but then again, it's like stepping stones to get into the story.
It's not wasted at all. Like, it's totally necessary for the writer. It's just not necessary for the reader. And so you have to like, it helps if you've got a bit of distance. Like, if you wrote it a while ago, it's much easier to be like, yeah. And if you've written lots, it's easier to let it go. But it's never that easy.
Yep. Arden says 3 chapters. Mine was more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and what is a chapter anyway, right? Like a chapter is how long is a piece of string? For sure. I am finding this book really helpful to figure out. But the start and the end of the heart, well, I don't even know if that's true. It's all hard. It's all hard in different ways.
Yes. Yeah. Now, it is 11:53. I don't feel like doing a 5-minute sprint.
No. That's just silly.
And the dog has been sighing loudly, and I think he is hinting that he would like to go for a WALK. And it looks like it's pretty nice outside right now, so I think I might do that.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yep. Oh, this giant. Oh, yes. This giant Doom project started 6 years ago, and I haven't really written consistently on it since early 2023. So I'm a very different person now, and the early things are yikes. That is very impressive, Arden. But yes, that would create all sorts of challenges for you. So yeah, well done. Yes, I'm going to take Tux for a WALK, which he will enjoy, and actually I will enjoy it as well. I will enjoy having been for a walk.
Yeah. Do you listen to an audiobook or anything?
I need my wits about me when walking this particular dog. So
yes. Fair enough.
But when I'm in Akaroa, I will be walking my aunt's dog, who is a lot smaller, and so yeah, I might explore. I might catch up on my podcasts. I might find some new ones. Who knows? Either
Nice.
way, let's wind up the stream. No stream tomorrow because I'm moving to Akaroa and Jamie is busy. But I will definitely be around both days next weekend, which hasn't happened in a while, and I'm very excited for.
Nice.
Yep.
That's exciting.
Yep. You're excited about kids going back to school. That's very
Yeah,
exciting.
well, just getting back into routine, really. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, Amy, thank you so much for being my co-host this morning. It
Thanks for
was
having me.
brilliant to have your company. Arden, it is always awesome to see you, and it sounds like you made some really good progress today, so that's excellent. Yes, good luck with the move tomorrow. And yeah, keep us posted on your progress in the Discord. But yes, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you again soon.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.